Right, I want to show you the large bandsaw. Now the large bandsaw is exactly the same rules apply to this machine as what they do for the machine I just gave the demonstration on. The only difference is the starting mechanism. It is a star delta switch. There's the star and the delta symbol. What we do, we put it onto the star until it builds up revs. It gets momentum. When it gets to full rev, you turn it over to the delta. Stop the machine just in reverse, except it's just straight off. 1, 2, off. And then we go over and put our foot on the brake, the same as what we did with the small machine. Like the same process as a small bandsaw, holding with our left hand, our right foot. So there's sometimes we may have to do a cut that's on an angle, which is impossible to do on a circular saw, so we have to use the bandsaw. Now I'll show you how to do that. I'll just do it without the machine running. So what we do, we'll feed the piece of material in. Okay, we just feed it in by hand, making sure our push stick's handy. Now my hands are starting to get close to the blade. So my left hand then will come around the back of the blade. I'll hold my push stick and I'll do the final cut with my push stick. Okay. Now there's one other little thing that I want to mention. Okay, you can see the height of the guide. Now this is critical, extremely critical, that the height of that guide is no more than the thickness of your finger above the material. The reason being, if this guide is up too high, okay, you're cutting something, even with a push stick, and that blade breaks, your hand's there, you're going to get a serious injury. So it's critical that we have our top guide no more than the thickness of your material, of your finger above the material. Okay, I'll just do this cut now. Actually, I'll stop and I just want to show you something now. If you just have a look at that timber, okay, see the width of the kerf there? See the width of the kerf down the bottom there? Can you see how that timber's closed up? This is why it is critical that you do not back long cuts out of timber, because that would have grabbed hold of the blade, and as you pulled it out, it would have pulled the blade off the wheel. We'll do our cut. Push stick ready. Now we come around to our angle. My hand is getting a bit close to the blade, so the push stick will take over. My left hand will come around the back. It just steadies the timber. Stop. Hand under. And now a couple of other little points I'd just like to point out then. Now do you see when before I started doing that cut, I got myself into a comfortable position. Okay, a taller person may have to kneel a little bit longer, a little bit more. Okay, a shorter person may have to stand a bit more upright. But make sure you are in a comfortable position before you start doing any work on any piece of equipment. It's extremely important. Thank you. I am now going to do a blind cut. I'll turn the machine on. Now I'm going to cut straight down on the line on this one. As you can see, my hands are well away from the blade. You stop the machine. Turn it off, right hand under, right foot on the blade. Stop the machine. You then use your push stick against the blade and gently pull the piece of material out. If we try to pull that material out as the blade is going, it may grab and we can actually pull the blade off the wheels, which is extremely dangerous. I'm now going to show you how to cut a circle and an internal circle. Now with this internal one, all we can do is a series of straight cuts. But it is okay to back the blade out with these. You don't have to stop the machine at all times, because as soon as we put a cut in there, we've weakened that material and it won't grab, okay? This one here, the circle, we cannot cut a circle like that in one cut with the bandsaw blade, it will break. The minimum size that we can do in one cut on a bandsaw blade is between 150 and 200 mil diameter. So if you've got any worries about that, please make sure you come and see one of the lab technicians before you attempt to cut a circle or a disc. So we'll cut our disc first, and what I'll do with the disc will be just a series of straight cuts, like so. Try to get it as close as we can to a round, then we'll finish that off on the disc sander. So I'll now do the circle first. Start the machine off, our push stick, so you can cut the scrap off on the end. Push the scrap away with your push stick. Okay, you can see while it's on a long length, I'm getting rid of all the scrap on this side first, and then I'll go to the smaller side. Push all the scrap away with the push stick. Never use your hand to push the scrap away. Now as you can see, all the work is done with the push stick. This hand is only guiding it. Even though it's getting close to the blade, this hand is doing all the work. Stop the machine. Clean all your scrap away, your push stick. Never use your hands. Push it all to the back. Come around to the back of the machine, then put it in the bin. And this is about as close as what we can get cutting a disc on a bandsaw blade. I'll now show you how to cut an internal circle. Start the machine up, once again using our push stick. Series of straight cuts. Now, as I said, when we put these cuts in, it's quite safe to back the blade out, because you can see there's no tension there on the blade, so it won't grab. I won't go all the way around because it's the same process back the other side. Then when we get to that stage, you can come around with your blade and cut off all those little fingers. Stop the machine. Hand under the guide. With all the scrap around the back. Into the rubbish bin. There's just one more little operation I want to show you.
Can you get some close up of the